Okay then guys, so as you saw from a little intro right there, we are having a challenge that's going to involve me playing as two characters, but one of them I cannot play as. So basically what it means is that because I have two characters on the screen, I'm going to need to use one of the characters to defend the other, or else the other will die. And if they die, that counts as them being defeated, of course, which means I will be unable to use them for the rest of the Sabotage series. And this was proposed to me by Carrie Zimmerman, aka Owen. So first things first, what we're going to do is we're going to open up these chests right here, because it's from the Fruits of our Labour from the previous episode, I believe, if I believe correctly. And looks like we've got a level up orb right here, which is good, because Legendary Slamman right here could be doing some leveling up. In fact, was it not just a single level up, but it was actually a double level up, which is definitely a great thing to receive nevertheless. But without further ado, let's get over to this Chaos Doom challenge so that we can access the next level and take on the Sabotage and hopefully be successful at it nevertheless. Let's get into it without further ado. Sorry for that cut there guys, but either way, first things first, we're going to need to add in an additional player, of course. So we're going to start off with our additional player being Series 2 Whirlwind, mostly because I don't care too much if she was to be defeated. But anyways, the challenge also said for me not to use any villains or towers, but the thing is that the no villains and no towers Sabotage is going to be used for a later time, aka my stream to be more specific. So we're still going to use towers and villains in this here episode of the lock. But one thing I am going to do, however, is that I have only 10 villains, 1 per element, and there's going to be 1 like villain per wave pretty much. So once the wave is over, I'm going to need to swap out my villain. That's basically what I'm saying right here. But either way, now I've brought in Igniter without further ado, as you can see right here alongside Dr. Crankcase, so hopefully these villains will turn out useful. So again, we are going to be using towers and villains as I mentioned previously. But we're going to be using them sparingly for the fact that I only have my favourite villain per element, and we're going to be swapping out each element every wave. The only element I do not have is air, because that's been replaced with chaos instead, so we'll have to use him later on. But anyway, Whirlwind's pretty much just going to stay there, and I'm going to defend her from here near enough. Anyway, sorry I stuttered there for a moment there guys, for some reason I just had a complete brain fart and forgot everything I was doing for a moment. And yes, I know put towers under attack, that's quite obvious, don't you feel? And darn, I just realised I picked up my underleveled Igniter. Darn, that's annoying. Okay, we've got to hurry up because Whirlwind needs our help right here. Okay, let's bring in Dr. Crankcase then. So far this is going alright, hopefully we can succeed in this Sabotage nevertheless. How dare you? How dare you dare try to kill Miss Whirlwind like that? That's just rude, bro. Phew, Whirlwind's alright, so I'm glad about that nevertheless, because despite the fact that I don't care too much about losing her, I still don't want to do it nevertheless. Oh cool, Whirlwind leveled up, exactly what we needed as well. However, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to swap out this Igniter right here instead for this Igniter right here. Because yeah, basically I have 2 Series 2 Ignitors, clearly I picked up the wrong one, so we're going to swap out the Legendary instead right here, because he's much more overpowered. As you guys can tell quite clearly from that. Oh boy. How dare you, that was a bit rude. Oh darn, well there goes my first second place player. Okay, we're going to swap them out instead for Ninja Stealth off right here, because she's another one who I do not care if I lose too much.
Silent but deadly.
What just happened? How the hell was I supposed to react to that? Okay, now that got a little bit unfair, guys, you have to admit. So there goes Legendary Igniter from the Sabotage. Isn't that a huge shame, nevertheless? But hey, despite the fact that we can't use any giant Swap Force or Trap Masters, we can still use core characters, and that includes Drobot right here, so he'll definitely be a great choice for us, nevertheless. But seriously, how was I supposed to respond to that? You guys tell me. Because that's one thing I hate about this game, you know, sometimes you can just take hits between swapping out your Skylanders, and that's exactly what happened right there, because I didn't have any invincibility frames between swapping out those Skylanders, which is annoying. Okay, these guys need to hurry up and die, bro. Why do you not jump, dude? Why do you not jump? Oh, darn, now Stealth Off has taken another nasty hit, but fortunately for us, Stealth Off can heal herself over time, so hopefully she can heal up. I didn't see that last guy there, he blended in with the water. That's genuinely my excuse, guys. I know it's a terrible one, but it's one you're going to have to deal with, nevertheless. So there goes Series 2 Drobot as well, but hey, just because we've lost Series 2 Drobot doesn't mean the rest of the Drobots aren't available to us, because there's, of course, still Series 1 Drobot, Drobit, and Nightcore Drobot available to us. So let's use a Big Bang Trigger Happy right here. Man, this is not a great start. We've lost, like... How many Skylanders? We've lost 3 Skylanders already, and we haven't even completed the first wave of this like particular level yet. Okay, there we go, there's that was taken down. Nice. So I'm glad that's sorted nevertheless. Wave has been completed, so we do get to swap out our villain, unfortunately enough. Oh, it seems like light is upon us, so we may as well swap out for the light villain I have, which is, of course, Blastertron, because how can you not like yourself a Blastertron and all that, right? So yeah, let's activate this tower, and then we can get advancing already. And I'm going to leave Stealth Off up to that right here, who's currently on the gamepad, and I'm using the remote as always, as you can tell right here. So yeah, I've got a better idea. Let's put Stealth Off behind the Mystery Box of Doom, so then she can't be attacked so easily. Great, exactly what we needed. More things out to kill us. Yeah, thanks for this one, Owen. In all fairness though, I did ask for more out-of-the-box ideas, and this was most certainly more outside the box, alright? So yeah, definitely approve of this Sabotage, great Sabotage you give me. It's not only difficult, but it's creative as well, which is exactly what I wanted. Hey, bats, go away! Did I not just tell them to do that? They're so rude. Not only did they try to attack us, but they also don't listen. No, that's what I call rude, alright? Darn, that's the problem with the Wii remote. I always get the attack buttons mixed up. I meant to do this the whole time, but then I did a machine gun instead by a total accident. Darn, there goes Mystery Box of Doom, and there goes Stealth Off as well, probably. She's not in a good position, to say the least. Yeah, that's it. Focus on me, you fool. Hey, how dare thee? Boom, there we go. Now at least Stealth Off is safe. Okay, let's try and get these guys away from Stealth Off. Oh, never mind. Looks like these guys want a slice of the action. Oh, and there goes Blastertron as well. This is not always a good as. Okay, lead them away from Stealth Off. Hey, no! I said away from Stealth Off, not the complete opposite and to her. Well, ain't that just the greatest of shames? So now we're swapping from Stealth Off to Zook. Yeah, we're going to lose a lot of characters from this, purely because, you know, I need to defend for second player, because the second player cannot play themselves, which is annoying. But like I said, it's a great Sabotage, nevertheless. And the fact I can't use any Trap Masters or, like, oh, nice, we leveled up. That's convenient. Yeah, the fact that we can't use any Trap Masters or Swappers or Giants makes this a ton more harder, because, of course, they're the most overpowered characters in this game. Oh, and darn, that was inconvenient. Just after we leveled up, we lost a bunch of health again. Oh, but there's orange slash right there, so let's grab that. So luckily we can defend the Zook quite well from here, because fortunately first Trigger Happy is a pretty ranged character. But unfortunately for us, we can't swap out Trigger Happy until the end of a wave here. But you see what I mean? It's definitely a great defense character, alright? Definitely highly recommend him if you're going to do a similar Sabotage to this, guys. That is if you guys have even playing along with my Sabotages. Probably not, but hey, whatever. You stay away from him, you. Yeah, put it like this. Having to defend a defenseless Skylander isn't as easy as it might seem. But hey, hopefully Trigger Happy can make it through this, and then he can survive, and I can swap him out next wave. Oh boy, watch out for that. That got really close, like, really quickly. But yeah, one thing I would definitely recommend is ranged characters, because of course they can keep the distance and they can defeat enemies from a while away. Like if there was an enemy all the way over here, I could shoot him from all the way back there, thanks to help trigger happy. So yeah, ranged characters definitely make for the best defense of your other characters. But either way, the next wave is now upon us, so I'm going to go ahead and swap out my Slanders and villains as I always would. Okay then guys, so as for this next swap out, we're going to turn the tables a bit and we're going to put Series 2 Zook on the portal for me to play as. And then as for our expendable character, I'm going to put on Sabotage, because he's another one which I could not care less whether we lose him or not. And then as for the villain, who we're swapping out for, is going to be none other than Pinata, because he's a whole bunch of pain, alright, for the enemies, I mean. Not for us, fortunately. But yeah, so far we have 4 losses within 2 waves, so this has definitely turned out to be a very successful Sabotage, which is really annoying. I hate the best Sabotages, and this is clearly the best one we've had so far. So well done on that respect, Owen. For once, I'm not moaning about like simple sabotages, because like I said, the sabotage was far from simple. Quite a sabotage indeed. What is it with me and giving you guys ideas, honestly? I should just keep my mouth shut and let you guys give me easy sabotages instead of the next one. Okay, we need to take this guy down. Luckily for us, Zook is stupid overpowered. Yeah, Sabotage is definitely in a good spot right here, because none of the enemies seem to be able to get to him. So thank him for that. And this is also really good if you want to get like your characters leveled up and stuff, because all of the experience and gold, as you can see, is still going to Sabotage, despite the fact that we're not playing as him right now. Okay, let's do this. Pinata versus crazy mystery box of doom troll thing. Let's take him down. At least try to, nevertheless. Come on, Pinata, you can do it. I know you're almost dead, but you still got it in you. I believe in you. And yes, my belief was well invested. Dude, rude, don't you think? Okay, yeah. Oh. That was not good. Well, there goes Series 2 Zook as well. What a shame, nevertheless. But hey, for how well he did quite well, I feel. So let's go on ahead and swap out for Mr. Sunburn right here. Hopefully he won't let me down, and I'm sure I won't, because I know a lot of you guys like this guy for some reason, even though I sincerely hate this guy, like a lot. Okay, let's finish these guys off. Oh, darn, that guy actually hit him. That's annoying. Will you please stay still? Damn it, bats. That's annoying. Nice try, bats. Nice try. Well, I say nice try, but it wasn't. Okay, it's about time that guy went down. Nice. And the wave has been completed. So when it comes to the second place player, I can swap them out between waves as well. So go ahead and swap out Sabotage in a second right here. And by in a second, I mean right now. So yeah, as for our water Scarlet, I'm pretty sure we need one of those. So we're going to put on legendary, not legendary chill, Blizzard chill for me to play as. And then as for our second place character, yet again we're doing a bit of a swap out, and we're going to go with Sunburn for our second player character who we need to defend. So let's do this thing. Let's start up the next wave once, of course, we initiate our tower. But yeah, like I said, the only reason why I'm still doing villains, despite the fact that Owen told me not to, is because the no villain, no tower Sabotage is going to be for the stream, for the finale. So that's why I'm not accepting sabotages like that just yet. However, I will play without the giant swap force and trap team. So basically, I'll play without the gimmick characters. That level of degree I will go to for this Sabotage right here. Okay, let's take these guys out from distance, because that's basically why I chose Blizzard Chill right here, so I can take these guys out from such a great distance. Yes, I know, that's why I'm defending them, or at least I defended one of them, nevertheless. Okay, you definitely want to take down these bat towers, because as you saw before, they did some huge damage against Sabotage right now. But hey, Sabotage survived, that's what matters, I suppose. Which is inconvenient. Okay, luckily for us, Cuckoo Clocker has the most powerful hit, because the charged up Cuckoo Clocker does the most damage in the game. You stupid villain. Why can you not just let me charge up and destroy all of you? Okay, watch this. You see what I mean? Most powerful hit. That guy was down in near enough, like, one hit, pretty much. Like, even a light hit does, like, over 300 damage. That's more than what Bash can do. Maybe, Crash the Skyland's new main could become a Cuckoo Clocker instead. Boom! Now that's what I call playing with power right here. And yes, I just referenced Nintendo, because why the hell would I not want to? Nintendo is awesome. So that, my friends, is playing with power. Okay, time for a no! Take this, you fool. How dare you hurt my friend like that? There we go. He's down and he's out. Oh, darn, but wave ain't over yet. Okay, we're going to save that food for Sunburn when this wave is over. And let's take down those bats, because those bats are annoying me. Ow, ow, ow. That hurt like a lot, in case you could not tell. But luckily for us, Cuckoo Clocker is almost recharged back up. So trying to keep our defense on Sunburn right here, we're going to make our way back. And luckily for us, Cuckoo Clocker makes a great defense, because it is right here. Whoop-bam! Yeah, this is why this guy is my favourite life villain. Whoop-bam! Take this, sucker! Oh, wait, never mind. His villain time is drained again. Because that's the thing, Cuckoo Clocker is, like, very, he can take a lot of hits and deals a lot of damage, so just like Bash's tank, that's why I made a reference to Crash the Skylines before in that respect. Oh, nice, wave has been completed, so, Sunburn has survived just nicely, and in fact, speaking of bats... let's go on ahead and bring in Batspin for our first place player, because of course we were taking out bats before, so that's why I said, speaking of bats, makes sense, right? So nevertheless, no rest for Wicked when it comes to Batspin, alright, and then as for our second place player, we are playing as Wrecking Ball, because seriously, who gives a damn if we lose him? I don't, I'll tell you that much right now. So let's head into the fourth wave of this respective level. Oh right, that's a all thingy. Oh darn, I just used Blastertron, because we're instead, this time, going to use Grave Clobber. But yeah, that's pretty much how things are going. I'm playing as Batspin right here because we were speaking of bats in previous waves. So speaking of bats, let's bring in Batspin. Pretty much was that whole pun right there. And nevertheless, like I said, I really don't give a damn if I lose Wrecking Ball. Like, who does give a damn? Me, I most certainly do not. Anyway, time for this wave to begin. Let's go. Luckily for us, Batspin is a very, very powerful spawner. How dare he? Yeah, again, this Wii Remote is really confusing me, these Wii Remote controls, because, like, I'm used to Swap Force, and the thing is that, for Swap Force, when it comes to Wii Remote attacks, like, they've swapped it up again, they've swapped up the Swap Force controls, pretty much. That's a funny pun right there, but anyway, so yeah, that's really what's been the big confusion for me this entire episode, the fact that the controls have been swapped up from Swap Force again, and that's definitely the title, controls have been swapped up from Swap Force, because that's a lot of swapping nevertheless, and that's what we've been doing this episode as well. We have been swapping out our Skylanders a lot recently, so it relates to for the whole episode as a whole. Because yeah, sometimes what the video is actually called is the most important part, because of course what the video is called is the first thing that you'll see about the video with that thumbnail, which is why there's so much clickbait out there. Even though I don't do clickbait, mostly because I couldn't even if I wanted to, because I can't make my own custom thumbnails. And damn it, that's like the complete opposite of what I wanted right there, game. I mean, like I want to get hit, right? Not really. Of course I don't want to get hit. Okay, let's finish these guys off with Grave Clobber, because fortunately for us, he is very powerful as well, just like Cuckoo Clocker was. Nice, there's them guys taken down. And the wave is indeed over. What a satisfying wave, nevertheless. So Wrecking Ball wasn't even hit once. That's impressive. So we're not going to swap out Wrecking Ball right here. But what we are going to do, however, is it seems like fire has become the new element of the area right here. So we're going to swap out for... Flame Slinger. And then as for our villain, let's go with none other than Fretpack. Because who doesn't like themselves a bit of Fretpack, right? I mean, I know for a fact that the villains find him threatening. Get it? Because there's fret in the name. Oh, I am so funny. Yes, Fretpack is indeed here. Either way, let's bring in this tower right here. Try to get a little less confused with the controls right here, because I meant to do an arrow shot, not this shot. Oh yeah, and then to make it even more confusing, Skylanders Imaginators for the Wii U using for Wii remotes. They swapped it up again. So from Swap Force to Trap Team, they swapped it up, and then from Trap Team to Imaginators, they swapped it up again. Why can't they just go with one control scheme and stick with it? I mean, like, seriously, for B button is jumping Skylanders Imaginators, and that's a game I just played most recently with Wii remote. So that's why things became so confusing for me recently. Don't you dare. Oh, he dared. How dare he? Damn it. That is not always very good, as always, of course. Oh boy, watch out, Flameslinger. Wow, that was close. A close one with less. Okay, threat back. I think we're going to need a bit of help here. Oh, I see why Wrecking Ball can't be attacked. He's too far over for the enemies to notice he's there. That's clever, dude. That is clever. I just realised he just cheesed his entire Sabotage. And I'm A-okay with that, because I like cheese. But anyway, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move Wrecking Ball slightly forward so that none of the enemies can see him, because it seems like enemies, he was invisible to the enemies in that plane. And the whole idea is that I want to make this challenging, so I may as well, like, make it more challenging for me, because that's the thing, I don't want to cheese these Sabotages, I want to do these Sabotages for what they are. So yes, I'm sorry that I cheated, guys. I'm such a cheat, I'm very bad of a person. You see, now they can see Wrecking Ball, so they're actually attacking him, and darn, I could have gone a bit better. Leave my poor Wrecking Ball alone! I'm kidding, I couldn't care less if you were to kill him, guys. Go on ahead, knock yourselves out. Oh boy, this is getting close though, nevertheless. How dare thieves? Yeah, it's stuff like this that gets a bit crazy. I think we both need a bit of help right here. Flameslinger, save yourself. Saved himself, he did quite gladly, I feel. So let's take Wrecking Ball off, and we're going to swap him out for Whamshell, another one who I couldn't care less if he was defeated or not, because he's not one of my favourites, to say the least. But one thing I did realise is that because I can't use Trap Masters or Giants, it means I can't lose any of them either. So yes, that's a double, like... That's the thing though, you guys can tell me to limit my palette, but you guys got to remember that if you limit my palette, it means that some of the more powerful characters I have to use later on. Oh, and darn, there goes Whamshell. I wasn't expecting that. I should have been defending him more. I'm sorry, Whamshell, I'm a failure at defense, it would seem. So let's go ahead and bring on in Sprocket, another one who I couldn't care less whether she lives or dies or not.
The fix is in.
Oh boy, that was not O's, a very good O's. Okay, can you guys please just die already? Please. So much about them dying already. I didn't mean Sprocket, you fools. Yep, it's official, I suck at defense. But hey, we just lost one Sprocket, so let's just bring in the other. I'm a mean person to Sprockets, it would seem, but who cares? She sucks. And I think lots of you would agree with me on that one, because I know lots of you disagree with me when it comes to Wrecking Ball and him being bad, or at least some of you do anyway. Whereas some of you, like, agree with me with the fact that, you know, I hate Sprocket and you guys do as well. And darn, there goes Flameslinger. I am so sorry, Jap, I know he's your favourite. So let's go ahead and swap him out for, we go from one favourite to another with Thornhorn Camo here, who's both Strike Hero Camo's favourite and Owen's favourite as well, who created Sabotage for me, so we can't lose him, pretty much. I mean, like I can imagine Owen losing his favourite character to his own Sabotage. Okay, we did it at long last, guys. Sprocket had survived. Barely. And considering that Camo is at full health, we may as well just stick with him, I suppose, right? So if you guys remember back to the previous episode, we did in fact lose Series 1 Warnado, but we didn't lose Light Core Warnado, however, so let's bring him in. And like I said before, we're not swapping out Camo because he's still at full health, but as for our villain, we're going to swap out for Wolfgang, I believe this is. So yes, here we go, and I nicknamed my Warnado Spiny. No, that's because this isn't my Lightcore Warnado, that's because this is my double Lightcore Warnado, which I got pre-owned, and why the hell did I not do any of your towers? That was a bit stupid for me, but that's fine. Thornhorn Camo is overpowered as it is, so we should be good. Even though it's not good that we won't be able to swap them out mid-wave, but hey, at least we have Wolfgang to help us through it, because Wolfgang is super good, as we all should know at this point, right? Boom, take this out, fools. Ow! That hurt! Wait, it's funny how Camo is kind of like, he represents two things at once, because he represents both, like, watermelons, because there is such a thing as a watermelon festival, guys. A festival of watermelons. How dare you! Okay, Wolfgang, let's finish him off. Nice, we got him. So yeah, there is such a thing as a festival of watermelons, which of course Camo represents. And then there's also pumpkins for Halloween, and the thing with Thornhorn Camo that is Wap Out is of course does of course make his some of his watermelons more explosive, and it makes them look like pumpkins. So because they look like pumpkins, it represents both, you know, for Halloween with the explosive pumpkins, and then he also represents a watermelon festival with, of course, his watermelons. Because trust me, the watermelon festival is a thing, or at least I'm pretty sure it is, or maybe I'm just speaking out of my butt as I always would do. Because say if I'm doing that, then there's no surprise right there, guys. Nothing different than usual. But thank you, explosive pumpkins. Explosive pumpkins are convenient. Okay, so there was a double level up for Lightcore Spiny right here, but he was still defeated nevertheless, which is a huge shame. Another loss to our already highly accumulating losses, it would seem. So next up, we're going to bring in Series 2 Drill Sergeant, which I can, because we lost Series 1 Drill Sergeant in the previous episode, another Series 2 iteration of him, and yet again he's another one which I could not tell us whether he lives or dies or not. And yet again, that was another thing I could not react to, purely because, like I said, you don't get invincibility frames between swapping out your Skarners, and Thornhorn Camo was already, like, surrounded by enemies as it was. So I was getting ready to get out, but of course I couldn't move in time because the villains were already there. So unfortunately I lost Thornhorn Camo to cheapness, but hey, we still got Series 2 Grizzle Break, so let's go ahead and bring in that dude. And besides, it's not like all of my camos are defeated, because I still have Series 1 camo still available to me, so don't worry, Owen, I can still use camo. I'll just have to use for Series 1 from now on, which isn't as good. And there you go, Series 2 Drill Sergeant. Yet again, I suck at defense. What a big surprise, right, guys? So, anyway, next up, we're gonna go for Dark Ninja Stealth Elf, another one which I do not care whether she lives or dies. And besides, I have plenty of Stealth Elves as it is. There's like 70 billion Stealth Elves. It doesn't matter if this one dies or not. Okay, hurry up and get to Stealth Elf here, Wolfgang. Wow, we got to her barely right there. So nice. Hey, how dare thee? You're not getting my Stealth Elf that easily, you fool. And luckily for us, Series 2 Prison Break here, as you can tell, is still at full health, so we're going to stick with Prison Break right here, but we are going to swap out Stealth Elf, however, considering that her health has seen better days. So we're going to swap out for Mr. Legendary Jetpack, because, you know, there's tons of jetpacks as it is, so I couldn't care less whether he lives or dies or not. And then as for our villain, we're going to go with Taekwon Crow, who's my boy when it comes to the villain category, I suppose. Because, of course, Ignite is my boy, period, but when it comes to villains, Taekwon Crow is my boy, especially with that pun right there. Because, I can't remember whether I've told the story before, but I'm going to tell it again regardless. Because basically, I've done a lot of martial arts in the past. Like, the first ever martial arts I did was karate. The thing with karate was that I hated it, mostly because I had the worst sensei. And basically, sensei is Japanese for teacher. And the thing is that we call our teacher in karate sensei, because karate is actually a Japanese tradition. So we call, like, the training area a dojo, we count in Japanese instead of English, we call the teacher for sensei pretty much and stuff like that. And so yeah, that's how all of that stuff goes right there when it comes to karate. But the thing is that because my sensei was the worst sensei ever, I never really liked karate, because the thing was that I had earned the right to move up belts like several times. But the thing is that she never put me up just because she was selfish and wanted to see me like in the class longer than everyone else. So because of her selfishness, it basically made me have a bad taste for karate. So I just wound up quitting it. We're going to bring in like Corrupt, by the way, guys. There's plenty of Eruptors to go around, so don't care less if we lose them. And yet again, he's another pre-owned character of mine, so he's probably not up to snuff. But either way, yeah, so going back to my story. So yeah, that put me off karate permanently because of how bad my sensei was. Because she couldn't teach, and she never put me up even though I rightfully deserved it. Like, seriously, it took me 10 months to move up, purely because she felt like keeping me back just so she could make money from me, make more money from me. It was ridiculously unfair. And not to mention we had helpers, like people who helped out, like teach for classes and stuff, and even they were saying that I deserved to move up. But yet my sensei never listened to him. But since then I have started with, of course, damn it, kickboxing, and I prefer kickboxing to karate any day. Like, kickboxing is great, especially since I actually have a nice teacher. But anyway, going back to karate, hilarious thing about Skylanders Imaginators is that it reminds me even more of karate, with the fact that, of course, that we have senseis in Skylanders Imaginators, and of course sensei is Japanese, the teacher, as I mentioned previously. Oh yeah, I just realised both of our characters are still at max health, so we may as well stick with them. Either way, so yes, we've got our last villain right here, which is, of course, Chef Pepperjack, because we've got 2 more waves to go, and we're going to save Chaos for the very last one. But anyways, going back to what I was saying right here, so yes, that highly reminds me of karate, once again, because because we have senseis and imaginators, which is of course Japanese for teacher, and not to mention the whole like idea behind Skylanders Imaginators to begin with is behind like a Japanese culture of karate, because of course you have the senseis, the teachers, which of course teach your imaginators new skills and abilities and that kind of stuff. So yeah, the whole of it was pretty much like related to karate to begin with, so that's why it highly relates me with that martial arts, even though I hate it. Leave my poor Eruptor alone. Okay, there goes Eruptor, that's a huge shame, nevertheless. Okay, so we're going to swap out him for legendary Spyro right here. Wow, do we have a lot of dead characters from this episode, but hey, that's what I was suspecting, because as I mentioned previously, it is a good Sabotage. So yeah, that's just how karate goes. But then I was playing as Taekwondo previously, and I love Taekwondo so much because it's a pun on Taekwondo, which is another martial arts. And if I am to pick up another martial arts, basically what I'm saying right here is that I want to choose either Taekwondo or Judo, because those are the ones that interest me the most. And I've heard that both of those are really good, but I've also heard MMA is good, but I don't want to do MMA. I'd rather do either Taekwondo or Judo. Either way, we're on the build phase once again, so luckily I can swap out my villains, my character at long last. So we're going to swap Prison Break out. So I just had a spectacular idea. We are going to defend Legendary Spyro with regular Spyro. Why the hell do you not want to do such a thing, right? And then as for our villain, as I said previously, it's the final wave, so we may as well do the final wave with Chaos. Oh! You guys see the glitch right there? The Chaos logo mixed in with the Magic logo, and a hilarious glitch nevertheless, and one that I am very glad we got on camera. But either way, there's actually a really interesting fact behind this. It's funny how it merges those two elements in specific, because this fact goes as follows, basically is what I'm saying right here. Basically, magic was originally intended to be like the stupid overpowered element, like what the chaos element is. That's what the magic element was supposed to be originally, because the thing is that every element of Skylanders has magic within it. Like, without magic, none of the other elements could exist. So magic is, of course, the OG element, and that would explain why lots of the magic characters are overpowered. But either way, it's funny that, because Chaos element is basically the thing that is kind of like that in modern day, of course. So it's kind of like, instead of it being magic, being the OG element, it's instead of the Chaos element. So the Chaos element is kind of like similar to the magic element in that respect, I suppose. So yes, it's funny how those two elements, were merged together in specific, because they're more similar than meets the eye, is basically what I'm saying right here. due to the fact that magic was originally intended to be that OG element, but then of course it turned out to be the chaos element instead. But anyway, that's the reason why they chose Spyro to be off the magic element, because basically Spyro, if you know from Legend of Spyro series, which this version of Spyro is actually based on, he can harness all the elements. So he can harness like life, water, he can harness all of the elements. Oh, and darn, there goes Legendary Spyro, so we're going to swap him out for none other than okay, it's time to swap that guy out for Series 2 Wrecking Ball, because we've already killed off Series 1 Wrecking Ball, but that's not good enough, because Series 2 Wrecking Ball sucks just as much, even though his wild power does make him slightly better. But anyway, as I was talking about Spyro, so yes, he's based off the Legend of Spyro series, and in that series, you know, he can harness all of the elements. So the fact that he's part of the magic element shows that was originally meant to be the OG element that had like every element implemented into it. So yes, the Chaos element is basically for replacement of what the magic element was going to be, and that's why Spyro is in the magic element in specific, because he can harness the power of all the elements, just like the fact that every element cannot exist without Spyro. So I find that interesting. Nevertheless, some interesting facts have been passed through. And darn, I was too busy talking than what I was fighting. That's what's cost me Spyro right here. Man, that's annoying. But hey, we still have several versions of Spyro left, so don't be too mad at me just yet, because I know Spyro's a fan favourite, and I can agree with that. Because Spyro is great. Not only for the fact that he started as, you know, basically Spyro started off as a PlayStation 1 game, for those who don't know, and he was basically used later on in Skylanders to help market for your first game, Skylanders First Adventure, and so that's why I have huge respect for Spyro, because of course he existed before Skylanders, and how they implemented him into Skylanders I think is awesome. I personally love his new design, which is why I don't get where people are moaning about. Oh my gosh, his snout is shorter. They've totally ruined the whole character because of that minute detail. Yeah, that's why I don't like the Spyro fan base. Mostly because they hated the entire Skylanders franchise, even though they've never played a Skylanders game, purely because Spyro has a shorter snout. So it's like, oh my gosh, they ruined my childhood. But how can they ruin your childhood? Your childhood has already been and gone. There's nothing to ruin about it. So yeah, that's what frustrates me when it comes to Spyro fans. But yes, I do have a lot of respect for Spyro because of the fact he did not originate in Skylanders, and also he is an awesome character in here nevertheless, which explains why he's a fan favourite, which is why I'm apologising for losing him. But yes, at least we tossed around some great facts in this episode nevertheless, but either way, it's time to detach the second place player now that the Sabotage has been completed successfully and I have beaten the next stage. So it's time to exit this area without further ado and earn our stars. And not only did we earn some stars, we ranked up from that. That's glorious, to say the least. But anyway, clearly about this has been said and done. I hope you enjoyed this here episode of Skylanders Sabotage. Some very interesting topics when it came to martial arts and the original OG element of this game, which was, of course, a magic element. But that was later swapped out with the chaos element because, of course, the chaos element basically is all of the elements combined, even though even the chaos element has magic within it, because none of the elements can function without magic, but there's no need to retread the same ground right here. I've already explained myself. So one thing we are going to do before I end of the episode here is I'm going to open up another chest right here using Chopper right here. Get to the chopper! That was an Arnold Schwarzenegger reference, by the way, guys. I hope you got it nevertheless, because Arnold Schwarzenegger is awesome. I've seen so many of his movies, and I've loved every single movie of his that I've seen, so that's why I love that actor nevertheless. We can't replace our Calendar hat right here. Our Calendar hat is too awesome to replace. But clearly, enough about that has been said and done. So thanks so much for watching this episode of Sabotage. Congratulations, Owen, for coming up with such a great Sabotage. This was an awesome episode, nevertheless. But either way, clearly enough has been said and done. I'll be seeing you next one. But until then, peace. Okay guys, so one thing I am going to be updating you on from now on is what Skylanders I have lost in the Sabotage. So starting off with these lot right here, these are of course the minis I lost in the second ever episode, and that involved Mini Ginny, Spry, Gilrunt, Petvac and Gnarly Barclays you saw right there. And then from the second episode we lost Warnado and Drill Sergeant of the Series 1 edition of course, and then today we lost all of these. I know, right, there's a bunch, but we have, for example, Legendary Ignitor, Series 2 Whirlwind back there, like Core Eruptor, like Core Warnado, Series 2 Zuka's right back there, then there's also Series 2 Drobot, Series 3 Stealth Elf, Series 2 Sprocket, Series 1 Whamshell, Series 1 Wrecking Ball, Series 1 Spyro, Series 2 Drill Sergeant, Series 2 Flameslinger, Series 2 Camo, Legendary Jetpack, and Legendary Spyro back here as well. So that's pretty much what we lost in this episode. So hey, we lost a bunch, but there's still a lot of characters which we can still utilise, because like I said, each edition counts as their own edition. So despite the fact that we lost Legendary Ignitor, there's nothing going to stop me from playing as a Series 1 Ignitor, for example. So yes, that's how that's going right there. It's the addition of a Skarner and not the whole character that's defeated once a Skarner is defeated, is basically what I'm saying right here. So despite the fact that Series 1 Wrecking Ball has been defeated, Series 2 Wrecking Ball can still be used. If I ever want to use them, that is. Not that I want to anyways. Either way, clean enough has been said about this Sabotage, as I mentioned previously. I hope you enjoyed this bonus club. But without further ado, I'll be seeing you in 2 Sundays' time for the next episode of Sabotage, of course. And don't forget to leave your sabotages in the comment section below.